Hello everyone, this is Tina. It's time for a daily devotional. God says, the essential purpose of God's work of chastisement and judgment is to purify humanity and to prepare them for their ultimate rest. Without such cleansing, none of humanity could be classified into different categories according to kind, or enter into rest. This work is humanity's only path to enter into rest. Only God's work of purification will cleanse humans of their unrighteousness, and only His work of chastisement and judgment will bring to light those disobedient elements of humanity, thereby separating those who can be saved from those who cannot, and those who will remain from those who will not. When this work ends, those people who are allowed to remain will all be cleansed and enter a higher state of humanity in which they will enjoy a more wonderful second human life upon the earth. In other words, they will commence their human day of rest and coexist with God. After those who are not allowed to remain have been chastised and judged, their true colors will be entirely exposed, after which they will all be destroyed, and, like Satan, will no longer be permitted to survive upon the earth. The humanity of the future will no longer include any of this type of people. Such people are not fit to enter the land of the ultimate rest, nor are they fit to join in the day of rest that God and humanity will share, for they are the targets of punishment and are wicked, unrighteous people. Amen. God's words are very clear. We can see the purpose of God's work of chastisement and judgment is to purify a group of people and to prepare them for their ultimate rest, which is a rest with God, a rest without Satan's harassment anymore. And without this cleansing, none of humanity could ever be classed into different categories according to their kind. And we could not enter into rest, right? Because if we're always under Satan's control, how can we be at peace? We would still have the suffering and the pain and all these different things. So we would never be able to enter into rest. We can see from God's words, to enter into rest is to break free of Satan's control, to live back under God's care and protection. We can see from God's words that this is something that mankind needs to look forward to as entering into rest with God. And this is our only path to enter into this rest, through the judgment and chastisement. Only God's work of purification can cleanse us of our unrighteousness and to be able to bring to light the disobedient elements that are within us, and separating those that can be saved from those who cannot be saved, from those who will remain on the earth and those who will not remain, right? And so those that go through the judgment, they will enter into a higher state of humanity in which we will get to enjoy human life, right? Life as God had determined it in the very beginning. And God says it will be upon the earth, right? That says in which they will enjoy a more wonderful second human life upon the earth. In other words, they will commence their human day of rest and coexist with God. But we know that those that are not allowed to remain after they have been chastised and judged by God's words, their true colors will be exposed, and they will all be destroyed with Satan. And they will no longer be able to allowed to survive on the earth. So we can see that the humanity in the future will be humanity that honors and worships God. Nobody that worships Satan will be allowed to remain. So we can see God's promise being fulfilled, and only through the judgment and chastisement can we break free of Satan's control. So we can see from this passage that it's very important that we accept God's judgment and chastisement, so we can be ones who can remain on the earth. We can be ones who can enter into that day of rest. Without the judgment and chastisement, we would never have that opportunity to enter into rest, to be able to live under God's care and protection without any of Satan's harassment. This passage is a very deep passage of words. If you'd like to add any sharing, please feel free to do so in the chat box. And I hope you like this passage. So God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.